I've been a graphic designer specializing in brand identity and logo design for over a decade, and the most important part of my success has been showing my work, my portfolio. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you're just a normal graphic designer, maybe you've niched or specialized down into brand identity, it doesn't matter. You need a place and a portfolio to show your work to clients. And in this video sponsored by Skillshare, I'm actually going to be showing you the secrets, the things that you didn't know to get that next level portfolio so you can get the clients that you want, get the work that you want at the amount that you want. So for any of you that are new to graphic design, what is a portfolio? Essentially, it is this. It is a website. It is Behance. It is Instagram. It is all sorts of things. This is the place where clients will come to view your work and decide whether they want to work with you. Without a portfolio, you're sort of just trusting that someone can do something, and it doesn't really work like that because we want to see results. Clients want to make sure that they're putting their money to good use, especially when they're investing into you. A lot of design portfolios that I see are actually just showing the end result. They're just showing the work that they've done, and they're expecting someone to say, you know what, that work is amazing, I'm going to work with you. Well, that doesn't happen. That doesn't work. I'm going to explain how you can get client work today very easily. Maybe not today, but you could put these things into practice to do it. Number one, you've probably heard it all before, but it is focusing on a specific area in design. A lot of people call this niching down. Now, I don't believe in niching, to be honest, but you might be saying, hey, well, you niche down into branding and logo design. And that is a fair point. However, I don't believe it's niching, I believe it's specializing. The difference between having a niche, which is basically saying no to any other content, any other thing that you do, niching down means that you are very specific, you're honed and targeted in on, let's say, poster design or abstract painting. That could be your niche. However, your specialization could also be that, which implies that you know the rest, that you can do the rest, but you are specialized in one area. Now, your portfolio should have a theme to be targeted towards someone. My portfolio that we use on our website is targeted towards businesses that are kind of larger, not the coffee shop businesses that you'll see. We don't normally put those portfolio pieces on because we're trying to target companies with a sufficient budget for our agency. So our portfolio is slightly different to what it used to be. If you notice here, when we go down to our work, we've got James Janney, who we did some design work for. When you click on it, it will show you the process. So let me show you how this works. I always give a project summary, which is essentially what was the problem with the original design, or what was the problem that they needed solving. Obviously, they need a logo, they need a brand identity. We did that for James Janney. So we talk a bit about him and his problems, but then we start to see some random images popping around. We see this eye everywhere, we see the logo type, we see some animation. This is a bit different, and then it stops. Now, the actual order in which I show our work is quite important. I always start with the thumbnail image to get the full breadth and the overall view of what we've done, but then I go into a summary explaining it and also some images. Now, these images here are quite important. This shows the behind the scenes. When I design a logo type, or when I design a logo, the big thing that clients love to see is the work that goes into it. The worst thing you can do as a graphic designer is just to show the end result. If I showed you just this in a YouTube video, you'd be very bored and you probably wouldn't want to carry on watching. However, if I show you the process, me crafting it, me filming, me drawing it, tracing it over, refining it, making mistakes, this is what interests the client. And that's because you're taking them on a journey. You're basically telling them the story of how you got to the end result. It's always nice to be able to uncover a mystery. It makes people feel involved and there at that moment, and it actually helps them justify you. I mean, Will Patterson, he doesn't just like design logos. No. He handcrafts them. He ideates on huge pieces of paper and he shows us at the end. He actually proves his concepts. This is what we try to get across here. And even with other brands that we've worked with, such as Scrawlerbox, this is a bit more of a minimal one here, but I show the behind the scenes here of how we drew it on the iPad. Then we also show some images of the product at the end in real life. Get some nice close-ups, and if you can't get real images, then you get mock-ups and you use them. The whole point of this is that you take what you do, but you record it as you go. So when you're designing a logo for someone or for yourself, for your portfolio, take images as you go, take notes as to what went wrong, why you couldn't make this logo the color orange or green. What was it about that choice that led you to the end result? These things are what makes clients go, yeah, okay, I'm gonna go for this guy. I'm gonna go for this girl. If we look at Raspadilla, which is another one, and again, we haven't uploaded our newest work to our website yet, but that is coming very soon. If we look at this and we scroll down, it has the same framework. We have our Raspadilla sketches that we've got here on the left, and then we have our stickers on the right, and we take them on a sort of a journey. This one even has a video, our branding process video of how we actually designed the entire brand. Now, let's say you're a logo designer and you specialize in abstract icon logos. How do you show that process? Well, you could easily have a sketchbook like these field notes. If I was to show you what's in this, you'd be very interested because it's the sketching behind the scenes of the design of some of the work that I have done. The behind the scenes showing people how you generate ideas, how you sketch your work is what people really want to see because it makes you relevant. It makes people understand that the work that you're doing isn't just computer generated. So it doesn't matter if you are using a computer 90% of the time, show what you don't do on a computer. Maybe even take a shot like this where you can see the computer from a different angle, some visual interest. Before I go any further, Skillshare is sponsoring this video, and it's about time they do because Skillshare is an amazing platform to learn. It's a creative community. In fact, Skillshare is so great, it's a one-time subscription fee for all the classes on there taught by creative professionals, including myself. In fact, just over a year ago, Skillshare headed out over here and we filmed a whole class, Iconic Logo Design, how to generate iconic logo ideas. We spent a whole day filming it. It was an absolute blast. I didn't have to worry about filming, which was great. I had other people filming me from all angles. It was super cinematic. And we've already had 9,000 students take that class, which is unreal. But the most interesting part about Skillshare is not that it just has amazing classes on there. It has something called a learning path now. And I've taken the learning path called Supercharging Your Productivity with Notion. And it features like Ali Abdaal, unreal. He's a massive guy on Notion and productivity, that's huge. And so many other classes. I haven't taken them all yet, but I'm going through it. And it's really nice to have all those classes lumped together for me to take to really supercharge my learning. But Skillshare has a plethora of classes for different categories from cooking, painting, graphic design, logo design, even with Aaron Draplin, insane. So if you want to try Skillshare, the first 500 people to click the link in the description will get a month free trial of Skillshare where you can take all the classes and try all the different learning paths, including the one that I'm taking. So go ahead, click that link, and thank you Skillshare again for supporting the channel and sponsoring the video. Your portfolio is your own branded corner of the internet. It is vital that you as a designer have a place that is not just on Instagram, that's not just on Behance, but it is actually yours. This is where everyone from social media will go to actually contact you for your design work, especially most companies. They will look at your website and that's where they'll make their decision whether they want to work with you or they just want to have a chat to you about it. A big misconception is that just because we're on YouTube and we have a following on the internet, that's where we get most of our design clients from, and that is not the case. It gives us a lot of credibility in what we do, which is great to have. It just helps us with our negotiations and helps us gain clients through numbers. However, the way that we actually gain clients, and we've noticed this over the past couple of years, is through our portfolio. People going to our Instagram, seeing the work or seeing it on YouTube, and then following that link in the description to our website where they'll see a case study, where they'll see portfolio work, and we take them on a journey behind the scenes. We don't just show the end product. We don't just show how we did something or give a huge block of text that is tiring to read through. We carefully craft the experience that every person that lands on our website has. Even though it looks basic, which it is, they see how we work, and they'll want to work with us if we fit them. Okay, lastly, what if you don't have any clients? This is the biggest question I get all the time. How can I ever have a portfolio if I don't have clients? My first ever portfolio piece was a passion project. I think it was called Bean or something, coffee. It was like for a coffee shop. I remember the logo had this cool spiral. It was like a coffee mug, like a coffee stain in a spiral. It was a cool icon actually. I had this idea that if no one was going to give me work, I needed to show people that I could do it. I could show people a fake project, and if that fake project was to resonate with someone, it would prove my skills. And remember, I didn't go to college or university for design. I had to prove all this online through many years of practice and learning. So I went to it. I created my own brief. I solved my own problem. I put it up on the website and I showed the menus. I showed the logo. I showed everything in a really cool way on Behance and on my personal website. And from there, I got clients. So with that being said, you don't need to have any clients right now. You can do work for free if you want to help out a friend. But if you're really stuck and you don't know what to do, then there's a couple of great ways to get a brief or to get some guidance on a project for you to work on that you can put on your portfolio. Number one, goodbrief.io. This is a fantastic website. You just press generate and it will give you, a company name, a description, job description, and a deadline. That is one great way, and it's completely free. Another great and completely free way of getting a brief for you to work off, even probably better than Goodbrief, or shall I say more detailed, is ChatGPT. Just ask ChatGPT, give it some boundaries, make it give you a brief, and follow the brief. This is really great practice for any of you that are just starting out, and this is a great way of proving the concept that it works. Keep in mind when you're designing to take photographs of your work. They don't have to look beautiful. They just have to be, iPhone photographs from overhead of you sketching. The worse the sketches at the start and the better the logo design at the end, the better overall. That huge glow up transformation really does work. Now, the last thing you can do for real, which is one way to really level up your portfolio, is to write case studies. This is essentially you writing a large blog describing your experience and the problems and going into great detail about that problem solving exercise that you're doing, the logo, writing it up and presenting it on your website. This is more of an in-depth analysis as to what you did, and case studies work really well. It shows very nuanced problems that you had to overcome, which shows your skills and abilities to your clients. This way, clients can truly grasp the complexity of the work that you're doing, the fact that designing isn't just coloring in and not anyone can just do it. It shows the level of skill that you have. So if you're new around here, I'm Will Patterson. I've been a graphic designer for a decade. Please subscribe and like, share, comment on the video, any questions. We make these videos every single week to help you grow your creative business, to become a better graphic designer, and to just feel better about yourself. This is all what we do. Thanks again to Skillshare for sponsoring this video and making this channel happen. You support us, it's fantastic. So go check Skillshare out, check out that learning path and my Skillshare original class. And I will catch you in the next video. See you soon. Happy designing. Goodbye.